We've all heard that roar of a powerful engine, right? But when it comes to just pure, raw acceleration, the new champion is, well, it's almost silent. So today, we're going to break down exactly why electric vehicles can launch so much harder than their gasoline-powered cousins.
So what's the deal? Why do they feel so quick? It's not some kind of magic, it's just really clever engineering. And the answer really boils down to two fundamental principles that give EVs this huge advantage, especially from a dead stop.
All right, principle number one is all about something called instant torque. And to get a handle on it, we've got to look at the heart of each of these cars, the electric motor versus the internal combustion engine.
Okay, quick physics refresher. If you want to understand acceleration, you have to understand torque. Torque is that immediate twisting force. It's the thing that literally pushes you back into your seat the moment you punch the pedal.
And this is the absolute key difference. An electric motor is like a light switch. You flip it, and boom, you get 100% of its available torque instantly, right from 0 RPM. A gas engine, though, it has to rev up. It has to build revolutions to climb into its power band where it's most effective.
This chart really says it all. Right off the line, at those super low RPMs, look at that massive advantage the EV has. The gasoline engine is, it's still kind of waking up and brewing its coffee, while the EV is already down the street.
So the main thing to remember here is that an electric vehicle doesn't have to search for its power. The power is just there. It's on demand, ready to go from the very first turn of the motor. But hey, that crazy instant torque, that's only half the story. The second big principle is the drivetrain itself. In other words, how all that power actually gets from the motor to the wheels. In your typical gas car, power has to go on this long, complicated journey. It travels through clutches and gearboxes and drive shafts, and every single one of those components introduces a tiny delay and a little bit of energy loss.
Now contrast that with the EV. It is beautifully simple. The path is incredibly direct. Battery to motor to wheels. That's pretty much it. There's almost no delay, almost no mechanical stuff to get in the way.
And that simplicity, it's a total game changer. We're talking about roughly 60% fewer components in the powertrain. That means less mass to get moving, less inertia to overcome, and way less energy is wasted just getting the power to the pavement.
So when you take these two things, these two core principles, and you put them together, well, you get the perfect recipe for just face-melting acceleration.
So here it is, the big takeaway. You've got instant torque from the motor delivered through a super simple, hyper-efficient drivetrain. It all adds up to instant, relentless acceleration. There's no shifting, no waiting for the engine to rev up, just pure, uninterrupted force.
And that leaves us with a really interesting question to think about. Now that street line speed has basically been solved by electric power, what's the next big frontier? What's the next great engineering challenge for automotive performance that needs to be conquered?